What is going on, everybody? Welcome to You Nerd It Here First, the only podcast you need for all your nerdy news, nerdy. Nerd is the word.
And more.
And more.
And more.
Yeah. So you get more this time. As you can see, Jimmy's with us.
Well, actually less.
Well, I don't know. You get more.
Everyone lean. Everyone lean.
It's reversed. I can't go in the right direction. There we go.
Go in the left direction.
Yeah, so if you are watching it, you would have seen Jimmy's face. He is the all-knowing, the all-powerful, the nerd with the mersed.
He's the overseer today.
Yeah, let's move on.
All right. That is the current picture of his current whereabouts right now. He's left us for golf.
Yep, he wants
to be honest.
He's also announcing that he's quitting streaming.
Okay,
sure thing, Jimmy is now cancelled.
So that's the thing. Anytime you're not here, you just get thrown under the bus. So
yeah, get cancelled.
You have no idea what's going on. But this one is a little bit off the cuff. It might be a little bit of a shorter episode. We've had some scheduling issues that have been going on, so we'll keep you updated. You might hear some all sorts of noises in my house. You might hear some noises in Damo's house.
Yeah, I got some people over as well.
The only quietness you might hear is in Lawson's cool, calm.
Yeah, my only friends are either at podcast or golf, so no one's here.
But it's good to see that you've calmed down after Thursday night stream, Lawson. You had some moments in old Valorant. It's the rage-inducing.
So bullshit. So unfun.
It was a bit unfun.
By level 50s. I know that you play more. They'll probably get your SR a bit better.
Yeah.
But the first game was just fucking brutal. I never want to play this shit ever again.
I highly doubt there's many like teams of level 1s coming in. Like I feel like it's a reasonably established game now that you don't get.
Yeah, but not level 50s. Surely there's some level fucking 5s and 10s and shit we could have gone up against.
I would assume so.
It's not like they were that good, to be fair. Like we
won
were
a couple rounds.
Yeah. That was highly.
I fucking hate losing. Even something I've never played before. I fucking hate losing.
Yeah.
Every death, I can feel my blood pressure increasing.
We could do.
It's already very high.
It also doesn't help that I know you're on the edge, so I'll push you a little bit.
Yes.
Little pokes.
It's so fucking annoying.
You shouldn't bite then, and then you wouldn't have an issue.
I'm going to start talking about you, my psychologist.
Oh,
this one friend that bullies me about my rage. I can't control it.
And I control it. It makes me rage.
That's why I got my blue calcite.
Oh, where's that?
Is about controlling anger, and it's actually in the other room.
Maybe you need it when you game.
It's in my bedroom. It was bedside table.
Right. Is it a necklace one?
No, it's just like the actual like little rock, you know.
Oh, yeah. You should get a necklace one. And then it's with you all the time. Do you charge it in the full moon as well? So every full moon you
I only got it recently.
Crystals?
It's the next full moon. Next full moon I think is the 4th of June, so it will be. Yep.
Yeah. I charged mine up and then it rained, so then they were swimming in water. And I was worried magpies were going to eat them and steal them because we have the dog food outside. We got a really big deck, and then the one magpie lands and is looking.
You don't just chuck it on the floor.
No, so let me tell this story and then I will tell the other one. The magpie lands and then it looks out for its friend and it's looking around, and then the other magpie comes in. It actually comes in the door, steals one of the large bit of dog food, legs it out, and then that one's lookout, and the other magpie comes in and steals the other.
Yeah, magpies are so smart. They're like my favorite bird.
Really?
Magpies. Yeah, I love magpies.
I find that so interesting. And then sometimes they get caught out by the dogs and the dogs chase them. So fun times. Yeah.
Hey,
and then
Lawson, what are you wearing there?
My Super Sand.
Yeah.
Super Sand shirt.
And the hat?
In my Reimann hat.
Ooh.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, I do have my Lawson special here. You want to see that too? You can't see it.
There it is. Nice.
Oh, it can double as a bib?
Yeah, good.
A bib, yeah, good.
Yeah. Nice.
Let's do it. Let's go the full hog.
Yeah.
Oh yes. It looks fly. That could
when you're getting those gains, eating that sweet potato.
Yeah. What is that? The formal attire thing that goes on like you see it in the fantasy movies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Medieval ones.
That's like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Cravat? It's a cravat.
When are you bringing
Is
out
that what-
ReimannTV formal wear?
Ooh, soon. So if you would like to look as fresh as Lawson there, you can hit up the shop. It is linked pretty much everywhere, and it ships from worldwide depending on where you order it. So get keen.
Nice.
But without further ado,
Yeah, cravat.
yeah,
Mm.
you're going to get some tangents here. Let's move on to some nerdy news. So we have some nerdy news. There's a game that stopped the nation or the gaming world, and those that don't have a Switch are probably a little bit sad. But it is the one, the only Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda. How are you guys finding it? Have you started playing it yet? You haven't.
I have not
perfect.
yet, but want to get on it. I really do. I've actually been avoiding all of your like TikToks and that on Zelda because I just want to watch it, play it myself. I'm probably going to get it next week.
Okay, right. Look, to be fair, I don't think I've given away any story. There's been maybe the intro scene, and then I spent an hour building a cart that didn't work.
That's a lot of my gameplay. Is I'll try this. Oh, no, that didn't work.
Yeah.
That's a lot of everyone's gameplay initially anyway. Yeah,
Is it
it's
good,
it's,
though?
It's so great. It's honestly perfect. I never would have thought it'd be possible to improve on Breath of the Wild, but the fusion and the like building mechanics and rewinding time and stuff, it's just there are so many possibilities.
Yeah, right.
And like Breath of the Wild was already that game that everyone was like, anything you can think of, you can probably do. But this is very much like it's just the way that the 4 different powers work together. Like I feel like Breath of the Wild, you get the bombs and you get the whatever, the stasis, blah blah blah. They worked, but there was very separate powers where these 4 work so beautifully together. You can create just such ridiculous stuff and reach areas you couldn't reach before.
I've seen like full blown mechas
Mhm.
with big swinging penises.
Yeah, people are building like
everything,
bombing airplanes and shit. Like it's just it's insane.
That's
what the
crazy.
Already doing. It's been out for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's great.
Super cool.
Yeah, right.
And like, I am having a good time. Surprisingly, I would have thought that Zelda would not be my game, and I would be rushing from point A to point B. But I'm actually trying a lot of random stuff. It really helps. I also have a horse. It is voted on. That is called. We wanted to call it Mr. Worldwide, but it didn't fit, so it's just named Worldwide.
It's just Worldwide.
So,
God.
Reimann, you're gonna struggle with the some of the shrines later. Took me like half an hour to an hour to get through. Just like really rack your brain sort of puzzles.
Ooh.
I think
was he getting stuck on like easy ones?
Oh yeah, I got stuck on easy ones. Yeah.
Oh dear.
My you seem to think about one solution and then you get fixated on that. Whereas like this game is very much okay. That didn't work. Try this. That didn't work. Try this. Like you tried one balloon, one candle, and tried staying on the top like 7 times, and obviously it wasn't working.
It was 15 minutes, but I was determined that I'd get it.
That's the grinder in him. That's the grinder.
Exactly. That's right. I was not giving up. I was
gonna make it work.
That would work, but it didn't.
Yeah, it's really really good. It's one of the best things I've played in a long time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cool fun. So get on it, Damo. Use that Twitch money to buy the game, and then you can claim it on tax. So get keen.
Hey, all right.
As long as you stream it, though, it has to be streamed. Otherwise, you can't claim it. Just a little bit of information for you. Yeah.
You reckon the ATO is gonna check what games you've streamed?
If you get audited, they would. Yes. That's why I download every single VOD. Yet, and make sure that it's all up and about.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
I've looked into it. I also asked ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah, I've got to report my earnings from Twitch. Hey.
Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to like?
You have to pay tax on it too.
Oh,
not if you earn less than was it 40K a year?
No, it's total income though.
Yeah. Oh
okay.
man.
Yeah, because it'd be classified.
Can I just not tell anyone?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you can, but it's recorded now.
Shit.
If you work for the ATO,
ready for tax fraud.
Yeah, right.
Retro with Damo.
Welcome here.
It's cancelled.
Arrested for tax fraud.
Tax fraud with Damo.
You might go
tax
viral.
Yes. Oh, I should do it. Yeah, they'll get me viral. I'll get out of jail.
I don't know how your other job will go if you you get that criminal lawsuit on you.
Yeah.
But let's move on. We've got Diablo 4 is coming out very, very soon. You guys excited for Diablo 4? I'm half interested in it. I just don't know if it's going to be a game that I'd stick with.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
There's a lot
It's
of
a kind
hype
of game
behind it.
that-
I've never been a Diablo top-down player enjoyer,
Mhm.
but a lot of hype behind it, and it's Blizzard, and they normally do good shit.
Yeah, it does look good.
Do they?
No.
Yeah,
You can't spell Blizzard without liar.
True.
Oh, someone's dirty.
We'll get onto that. I'd like to talk
Overwatch,
about
yeah.
Overwatch. Yeah,
Yep.
definitely talk about Overwatch later.
Yeah.
Something else that is unfortunately not very good is Dial of Destiny, the new Indiana Jones movie. So I thought they might be able to redeem themselves after the Crystal Skull, but they have not. They have not.
Is it out?
Yeah.
Is it? Have you seen it?
Not yet, but reviews are coming in.
Not good.
Thick and fast.
Yeah. I didn't even know it was even out, to be honest.
Yeah. Loz and I spoke about it yesterday on the movie talks.
Right.
Yep. But
it premiered at Cannes. It's not actually out. It's just it went to Cannes Film Festival.
And people hated it.
Late May. Mm-hmm. Yep. Comes out June 30th, official release.
I mean, I'm not an Indiana Jones.
Really?
I don't Indiana Jones. No, I missed it as a child.
Yeah.
It's got Mads Mikkelsen in it, and I fucking love him. He can do no wrong.
Apparently, he can.
I'm sure he's like the best part.
Maybe.
You know.
Yeah. But
yeah, sure.
Damo, Your Skin franchise has now surpassed 1 billion in the global box office.
What?
Your what?
Your Skin, Fortnite skin.
Oh, John Wick.
John Wick.
Hey.
Just heard Your Skin.
Yeah. I was like, what about my skin?
Made sense in my brain. That's fun. Yeah.
It's booming.
Yeah, it's doing real well.
Yeah, good. Nice.
Also,
nice.
John Wick 4, there's only 38 minutes of a 3-hour film that he talks, and that's just so that they could pump the Chinese market.
Yep.
Yep, because it's like they love action films. So the less they can get like English speaking or like more action,
right.
It just pumps.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about that with the Guy Ritchie Covenant yesterday as well.
That's right.
Just how much it's obvious these days they're trying to hit Chinese markets. It's insane.
Big market.
Yeah,
it's
huge. And they obviously censor stuff they don't like. Like they're real picky on what they're gonna release and not release.
Mm-hmm.
So you hit that market.
It's all formulated. They know.
Well, that's what all the game companies are doing that as well.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, for sure.
There is also a very interesting video out on IGN, and it's got how to train like an esports pro. So they go and do a tour of one of the gaming training facilities. It's actually really interesting.
Okay.
They take it real serious.
I've never been into. Well, I've never really delved into much of the esports stuff besides when FIFA was booming for me. I watched a bit of the FIFA tournaments, but I got bored because every team was just all the meta players, and
of course.
It does they get metas, but that's where it's fun in that like I watch a lot of League of Legends esports, and it's fun. Like the meta is a thing, and you're like, oh yeah, but then every now and then someone will pick like a random thing, and you're like, oh
yeah,
and it's just so much more hype.
I watch a lot of Overwatch League, the past 2 seasons, and there's obviously the meta, like the dive meta with Winston and pretty much Winston, Tracer, and Sombra is like non-stop. Doesn't mean anything to you, Reimann, I'm sure, but
yeah, right, Sombra.
Yeah, they tear up, and then you see people run like a Reinhardt comp, and you're like, oh, let's fucking go! Like,
yeah.
It's super exciting. So,
okay,
London Spitfire, they always run Reinhardt, and I love watching them play for that reason.
Is that ReimannTV?
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
yeah, it is good. That is all the movie news. Wrong podcast. But if you want to check the movie news ones out, you can check that out. That's all the
oh my
news.
God.
things that mesh up a little bit. But I've got a couple of things to talk about, and I just wanted your guys' live reactions. So Damo and I sort of touched on it a little bit. But I was saying that I was going to run what's called an all-in challenge. There was a big thing that was through the like bodybuilding scene. So I'm big in the bodybuilding scene. A lot of the big like Jeff Nippard and a few others, they were running these all-in challenges for like 30 days. So it's where you just throw everything you got at your like fitness program. But I wanted to bring that into the streaming world. So my all-in challenge,
Very Reimann.
is going to start on the 29th of May. And it's going to be Monday nights is Fortnite ranked on YouTube. So YouTube streaming on Monday.
Oh, on YouTube. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Fortnite ranked. Tuesday is going to be my absolute normal randomness on a Tuesday. Can be whatever Reimann picks. Thursday is going to be
Portal 2.
Yep. It can be Thursday's the chaos with the moss. And I'm going to take all of the streaming tips that everyone always talks about, and I'm going to implement them in there. So it's going to be somewhere between 2.5 hours to a 3-hour stream on a piece. So get very, very keen for that, because that's what they say you need to. Might even start it and do it as you start in just chatting, and you pump up the audience, you get them up and about, and then you transition over across to the actual gameplay. You do lose some people, but apparently you can keep everyone excited as you're just chatting and get real keen about that. Then
sorry, really quick, I'll ask a question. I mean, would you be starting earlier or finishing later, do you think?
I'll be finishing later. So I've spoken to Damo about it before. He's got a little bit of an announcement coming a bit later, but he doesn't want me to spill the beans.
Not really, but
it is. Give the people what they want, mate. It's not tax evasion. Don't worry. He's not going anywhere
yet.
So, and then we've got also live streams for the podcast, so you'll be able to see us live. We just will lock down a time, and that will be the time that we go live. So you can be up and about and part of it. So this will be my face, these guys' faces, and us everywhere. Plus, I'm going to try Gary V's model. I'm a big fan of Gary V. I know Lawson likes him. Damo, I don't think is that big of a fan of Gary V. No?
Nope.
Okay, I love him.
Yeah, go. Look, I love that you love him. It's great.
Yeah. So he has a 100 piece of content a day. So I'm going to try and run his model to have 100 pieces of content a day.
What do you mean by that?
So it means he's able to produce and create 100 pieces of content a day.
But it does mean, Damo, that like one short on 4 platforms counts as 4 pieces of content.
Yeah, it's still a lot though.
Oh yeah. I like to push things as far as I can take them.
I just go burnout. I just wonder.
What?
And
it'll be fun.
Like just okay.
30
Give it
days.
a go. All in June.
Yeah, all in June. Well, slightly before June, so premature June. That's probably.
Could you start a little bit earlier on your Reimann streams, or is that not doable?
For which ones? As in start
any of them?
Tuesday, Thursdays.
Start earlier.
Not really, because the kids go to bed.
Not really. My kids go to bed at 7:30, so it's a rush to actually get there at 7:45.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. But like next year, I'm sure their bedtimes will move, so I'll actually start.
Just move out.
8.
Let Yolana solo parent for the next year. Just move out.
Just make a gamer house, streaming house. We'll all move in together.
A content house.
I could.
We'll make a content house. I don't know how we're going to pay the bills, but
oh god,
we can all just become relief teachers. Do we like 3 days a week relief?
Yeah.
Pay the bills.
But we'll see. There's also a brand. Well, it's not a brand new app. It actually came out in 2020, which was because there's a lot of controversy of whether TikTok will actually get banned or not. I think one country's also banned it, and people are looking elsewhere to ban it. I also found out that if you are a government employee in Australia, you are not meant to have TikTok because it's a data breach. Like it's a cybersecurity thing. So
like we can't have it. We're not meant to have it as just an app.
Yeah, apparently. So I've got a friend that is in Australian immigration, and they're not allowed to have it. So they work in like the.
I mean, technically, we work for the government too.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it goes.
Is that
for
just,
us,
but they're like a higher level of security than what we are.
Yeah, so that's just an interesting fact that I found out the other day.
Yeah, I doubt it applies to us.
Yeah, I highly doubt it. But there is an app that over the last month has got lots of traction, and it's called Clapper. So the app looks like if I can get it. That orange one, it looks terrible. But anyway,
Good job.
Just you and Yolanda.
It's called Clapper app, and it was pretty much Clapper. Yep, it's pretty much identical to TikTok, but it's meant to be more focused on community. So it's housed, like its servers and everything are in Texas and the USA. So it's getting more and more traction as it sort of goes. So I've posted some of my older stuff, and from when did I do it? Friday. Today's Sunday. I have 341 followers just from posting a few of my older clips. Like the algorithm is meant to be more community based, so you can pretty much put up your different things. It has different community people. They have a really strict ban on bullying and harassment. So, like, while I was watching a video, they were saying that any bullying or harassment is meant to be a supportive app, gets like flagged super quick. Where if you've seen some of the TikToks, people are
TikTok's toxic, guys.
Yeah, people are real harsh on it. So it's another option out there. There's a lot of like hype around it at the moment.
Gary Vee all around it.
Gary Vee spoke about it on his video on Friday. That's how I heard about it, and then I've been delving into it. So he's keen about it. He also spoke about a lemon something, but it's only for iPhone and it's not for Australia yet. So he's watching those ones.
Well, I can definitely see America wanting to create and get behind their own TikTok. Like, they hate TikTok.
I trust China more than I trust America, though.
Yeah, right.
I don't trust either of them. I don't trust anyone with any of our data. No one's using it for any good reason. Yeah, right.
Their
exactly.
taglines are,
I don't give a shit about.
Be heard, be seen, be valued.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then it says free speech, short video, social media.
Yeah.
Free speech. Fucking
America.
Right. My constitution.
Yeah. So they also don't have. So TikTok has 1,000 followers for you to be able to go live. This doesn't have that, so you can go live from day one.
That is appealing.
Yeah. So I'm going to try.
That's super appealing.
Tuesday night, I'm going to try and plug it into OBS to be able to get the vertical video so they can see what I'm seeing as well. And see if the conversion.
Because I mean, even if you get 10 people watching it, and then they come over to Twitch, that's a win, right? Like, compared to TikTok trying to get 1,000 followers first.
Yeah, so I can't work out the TikTok algorithm because I can't do it. And then TikTok's lots of trends, so like if you're not on the trend, you're pretty much not doing it. But yeah, it's interesting. I'll let you guys know next week what it's kind of like. But at this time, you also get on your profile when you first start a couple of hands on there. So if you can see my profile picture has hands on there.
Can't see anything. No.
I can kind of see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it has hands to signal that you're new to the app. So like if people click on your profile and you're doing something, they have hands on there to signal that you're new to the app.
Okay.
Throwing hands.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's getting good reviews and it's getting a bit of hype around it. So I'm gonna see if I can.
I mean, it's not gonna hurt, right?
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting because like people always talk about you need to go live on TikTok to be able to do some conversions and stuff across, but when you've got to reach a certain threshold to be able to do
it, you just gotta buy some TikTok bots views. Just get them to get you to 1,000, and then.
I couldn't do it because then I know I bought them.
Yeah, but
couldn't do it.
Buddy,
I couldn't do it. My moral said no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought that was interesting. I thought it was quite interesting.
Cool, interesting. Do it. Why not?
Yeah. So we'll see.
Heard of it.
Yeah. So I only found out about Friday, and then I've been pumping my stuff on there. So they're being exposed to Angry Lawson and Dramatic Damo.
Dramatic Damo.
Excellent. Let me know when I got some Clapper fans.
Send
them over to Retro Damo.
I'm not sold on the old name though. Clapper.
I hate the TikTok though. I hate when I say people, I saw a TikTok the other day. Like I feel like my sentence loses weight when I say I watched a TikTok.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, oh yeah, I was watching a documentary, and it's actually just like a documentary that's been broken up into 50 TikTok videos.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
But it used to be cool.
Yeah, I was watching a really interesting podcast. It's just a TikTok. You just frame it differently, and people think you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're allowed 10-minute videos on there now, so they're going more longer form content.
Yeah,
it's nuts. People still cut things up into 50 parts.
I know.
That's what keep people waiting. Like the Serbian dancing lady, that is all over it at the moment. Have you not seen that?
I've seen that.
That's just my feed.
What you're on about?
So it's the urban legend of the Serbian lady who dances in the street at night time.
Yes, I have seen that.
And if she makes eye contact with you, but it's coming back because
is it?
Yeah, there's more and more content for it. So if she makes eye contact with you, she'll chase you with a knife.
Did you see, just a quick side note? I think it was Australia. There was like this guy, like a police officer, sergeant, whatever, giving a speech about an incident. And it's like, she came at us with a walking frame, but she was holding a knife. So we tasered her.
Oh, the 95-year-old. Yeah. She died, right?
Yeah.
Like, Christ almighty. But, I guess if she's posing a threat, I feel like you could have restrained her in a way that didn't need to be tasered if she's a 92-year-old with a walking frame.
I feel like you could have like put a rock, made her go around it. Like she's with a walking frame. Like you could have put an obstacle or something in front of frame.
Yeah.
Like surely.
Like, I can't get past this.
On the flip side though, if someone's got a knife, like why should you get cut?
I don't think she's moving too quick, mate.
Yeah, what if she falls into you or something? Cuts your tendon or something, and then you're dealing with that.
I know,
Did she bro? She's got a knife.
Did she have the high ground? What's the matter?
She doesn't have the right to hurt me or anyone else.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Put the knife down. Oh, you're not putting the knife down? Taser, sorry.
I think.
But would you, if there was an infant child that had just started walking, holding a knife, would you taser them? Are they just as dangerous as a 92-year-old with walking frame?
No.
I don't know where the line is.
Yeah,
it's an interesting conversation. Not putting on a conversation for the podcast, but it's an interesting conversation. Might raise that next drunk party I'm at. Where's the line for tasering?
Where's the line
with a knife?
Yeah,
we could have a segment. Where's the line with Lawson?
Where's the line with Lawson? Oh, that could get tricky.
I've got a lot of those sorts of questions, like kicking babies and stuff. Favorite question.
Jesus.
What is it? Do they bounce or do they slide or something?
Bounce, slide, or thud. Let's not get into that.
No. Let's move on from that.
We're not here to talk about
sports.
We're here to talk about nerdy games.
Yeah. Fortnite ranked is out as well. So I am Silver 2. Damo got, what did you get? Silver 2 as well?
Silver 2 as well, yeah.
And Jimmy
only one game.
And Jimmy got bronze 3.
I'm gold 1, guys.
Gold 1?
Yeah. I had a huge grind yesterday. Just kept playing it, you know what I mean?
I can imagine.
Gold,
Yep. Keep on swimming, buddy. You'll get there.
No, zero interest.
Funny though.
It's definitely like blowing up though.
Oh yeah,
which is good.
Definitely
it took them this long, honestly.
They were focused on just the building side and the esports. Like they had arena, but I think no build reinvigorated the game.
Yep, for sure.
And then this, I feel like, is going to get a few more people back. Like I spoke to a number of people last week, and they were like, "Oh, I might actually re-download it because there's no build." So, also,
no build's any reason I play it again.
Yeah, playing with an autofill for a person that you can't communicate on chat, like through the headphones, so much more difficult. I was like trying to.
Oh wait, no build is only duos, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like they'll expand it, but I think their focus is still on building
Yeah, right.
at the moment. So
Kind of weird that like a solo, I understand that you got to have build because like that's sort of what made Fortnite what it is and blah blah blah. But I like with squads, like there's 4 or 3 of you, no build's fine.
yeah,
Mm.
I'm surprised.
Biased.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't done it, but it is what it
It's
is.
fine, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Oh.
Ninja hates build.
Yeah, now he
I was
does.
like,
When they first
yeah.
announced no build, he was so against it, and now
Oh,
he
is he?
loves it. Yeah,
I don't remember
like
that. I have no idea.
If you Google it, it's like Ninja speaks out against no build competitive.
Oh,
and
right.
He's like, I only play no builds.
Yeah, he only plays now because he says like my aim is what matters, so I can out skill people with my aim. But as soon as we get into build, it's like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just slow. It's just I love how much faster the game is now. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a great time with it.
Mm.
All right, what
Speaking
do you got
of a
for us?
shooter, well, look, I just wanted to talk a little bit about fucking Overwatch. Did we talk about Overwatch last week?
Not really.
There's big
We
news
sort of
that came
mentioned
out
it,
this week, though.
We kind of mentioned it, but the news is out. The PvE cancelled. Crazy.
Maybe. But aren't they releasing each battle pass like one mission or something or other?
Yeah, yeah, that's so shit. That's so dumb.
It's worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not doing like initially, I think I mentioned this last week, but might as well start again. Initially, when they first announced what's going to be all these videos coming out of like skill trees and these full, like very close to Destiny was sort of what they were aiming for. Like raid bosses and all that sort of stuff. And it looked really fucking cool. And that was part of the reason why they were even releasing an Overwatch.
That was
2.
the reason. Overwatch 2 was like, hey, this is where releasing, because Overwatch 2 multiplayer is just the same as Overwatch 1 multiplayer. It's just 5v5 instead of 6v6.
Legit.
So yeah. So they're like, okay, it's Overwatch 2, and everyone was still going like, oh, Overwatch 2, this is a patch. Like this is literally a patch. And you know, people bought Overwatch 2 and people pre-ordered special editions of Overwatch 2 with the idea that within a year or so we'll be getting PvE. And it'll be wicked. And it would have been good. Like that Blizzard
would have been great.
That Blizzard quality, you know. And now they're like, nah, we're gonna focus on multiplayer. And it's bullshit.
It is.
Was single player a thing in the first one though? I'm not a big
that's why it's such a big deal. It wasn't in the first one.
Okay.
And like they're releasing, like you mentioned before, that they released last Halloween. They released this one little PvE thing. But you can only choose between 4 characters, and then they released with the current what do they call it, season that's out. There's a little PvE thing as well, but it's so minuscule. Like it almost feels like a cock tease. Like it's such a like this is what you could have had, but better. But no, sorry, we're focusing on the multiplayer, which still like the majority, because I watch a lot of Overwatch streamers as well. The majority of Overwatch streamers at this point hate Overwatch. Like they're just bored of it. Nothing's changing. Yes, the meta changes every now and then, but at high level, not really. It's just it's not at all what anybody wanted this game to be, and it's upsetting because I still really like Overwatch. And
I love Overwatch. And the characters and the lore and the world is so cool. It could be so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
it really could be.
And just like it's just such poor, like it's crazy. I don't know why Blizzard are doing it, because Overwatch is like their last flagship good what IP, right? Besides maybe Diablo, but Diablo's had like a bunch of shitty things happen as well.
Yeah.
Like WoW is going down the drain. StarCraft doesn't exist.
Does it not?
Not Western world.
Like I thought it was massive.
It's pretty big in the East.
It was, but it was back in the day. But like they've done nothing new with it, and it won't be big again. Heroes of the Storm doesn't exist anymore. Literally cancelled. Just as if you wouldn't take Overwatch that has so many fans, so many people behind it, and do right by it. Like, what is this? It was too much. We're shifting our focus to our multiplayer, which just means we can keep doing battle passes and skins and making a shitload of money, and we don't have to spend any money on it.
Yes, exactly.
That's all.
They don't even do multiplayer right. Like they're they don't collab with streamers ever. They only because I know there's a deal, but they only stream Overwatch League to YouTube. Whereas like streamers are saying we should be able to broadcast the games ourselves and do like commentary, like live watches with like so many other games do. Even shit like when you're watching replays, you can't press tab to see the stats. Like that'd be such an easy quality of life thing to mean that they could just make more content.
Yeah.
But like a little thing like that, every single streamer is saying, why don't we have this? Like they're not even doing
it's real confusing.
if they just want to focus on multiplayer, sure. If that's what you want the game to be, it's free. Everyone can play multiplayer, whatever. If that's really what you want to do. But make it fucking perfect. Like it needs to be great. It needs to have all the little things people are calling for and asking for. And then listen to streamers, because games like Valorant and games like League of Legends listen to streamers and like do collabs, and even Fortnite with their skins and stuff. Like there's a lot of collaboration between the community and the creators. But Blizzard do none of that, and it's honestly wasted.
I wonder if there's going to be some sort of like, I don't know, we're getting a bit big now, but like class action lawsuit or something for like everyone that bought skins and bought pre-ordered like collections and you're paid for the game with the idea that PvE, because that was the main advertisement, was there will be PvE. Yeah. This is why we can call it Overwatch 2, because there's PvE. It's a different game.
Yep. No, probably nothing will happen. I don't think so anyway.
But do you reckon it'll die, or do you reckon it will still keep a good fan base still?
It's not doing any favors, that's for sure. I don't know if it'll completely die, but
if nothing changes from now until this time next year, or even the end of this year, I think it will die.
Yeah, probably.
As it is, the majority of streamers I watch. I think streaming keeps a lot of these things alive.
Yeah.
The majority of streamers I watch, they'll play an hour of Overwatch just to get content for YouTube and whatever, and they're quite clear about that and quite transparent. They'll get an hour of content. They'll play the same character for an hour, so it's easy to cut together into a little video, and then they'll play Valorant for the rest of the stream because Valorant is more fun.
Oh, okay.
They got the the mechanical skill. Like that's the majority of, and like that's the big Overwatch streamers. That's like J3 and Flats and Seagull and stuff. Like these are some of the biggest Overwatch streamers, and now they're just like, no, I'm fucking over it. Like, why would we bother?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. There you go.
Yeah.
Lawson, you got a topic?
Yeah, quick one. Let's talk about like our favorite bad guys. I always said that the best bad guys are ones that you side with in some way. So like,
Damo.
What are some bad guys from movies and shows and stuff that you're a fan of, that you're sort of like, ooh, I like what they're saying.
Ooh.
But you just called me a bad guy?
Yeah. Stream.
Yep. Yeah. My favorite villain is me.
Yeah, you bet. It's spoken like a villain.
Yeah. That's a good question. Oh, I don't know. Do you have one in mind?
I'm not a Marvel fan, but I really like Thanos.
It's like a great villain.
Yeah.
I think because a lot of his sort of, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't really know that deep about it, but a lot of his logic is like, I can sort of see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
He's always the example I use when I talk about class and stuff.
I would have thought you'd pick the Grinch.
I do love the Grinch.
Yeah, I would have thought the Grinch would have been your like go-to villain that you like understand. Like he doesn't like Christmas. He doesn't like the sound and the people, and he just wants quietness. Because
the thing with the Grinch is it's more than just Christmas, because it's not about. He doesn't hate Christmas. He hates what Christmas has become. He hates commercialism and false idols and all that sort of bullshit. It's about coming together and whatever. Grinch is great. Yeah. Obviously Bowser. Oh, yeah. I do love Bowser and everything that he's been in and done. And not that he doesn't have a lot of depth, I guess. I think I've always just loved his design. But he's not necessarily like a bad guy that I'm like, oh yeah, I totally agree with him, because doesn't really have much to stand for.
Bowser in the RPGs is so much fun.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I've ever played the Super Nintendo one that wasn't released in Australia.
Oh, you've never played like the DS ones?
No, I started playing.
Oh my god, they're so good.
What one did I start playing? It's called Paper Mario? No.
Oh, that one as well. Paper Mario is like the best.
Yeah, I have it on my phone, like emulated, and I just never continued.
Oh, do
Yep.
yourself a favor.
Okay.
Yeah. I liked Doc Ock 2 from
Oh, yes.
Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2. Very, very good.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he just wanted to help people. But
Yeah.
you know,
He's just a scientist.
Yeah, unfortunately things went awry for him and it didn't. Even
That's a good one.
Darth Vader as well, to a point. Like, yes, he's a villain, but you sort of understand where he was coming from. Like he snapped. Also,
I think because of the prequels, I think before the prequels and stuff, Darth Vader was very like two-dimensional, like, but he has so much more depth now because of how deep the Star Wars lore is. That I think you're right, he's a really cool villain.
Iceman from Top Gun. Like he was always just calling out Maverick because Maverick was dangerous and reckless and always put himself and his other flight crew at risk. And like Iceman was the villain because he would call out Maverick.
Have you just got a list now of like best villains?
No, these are the ones that I love. These are the good ones.
It's very interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I think about those things sometimes.
Gary V. Because you know
Gary V.
He has all those marketing schemes. He makes a lot of money, but he inspires Reimann, and I love him for that.
What marketing schemes does he have? He's got none. None.
Yeah, none at all.
He's about kind of candor, mate. You don't listen to him, do you?
So my favorite villains are. I love Final Fantasy villains. I was trying to pick one and I really can't. But almost all of the Final Fantasy villains are like top tier. They're always so cool. Like they're just so like dangerously cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And just that I think a good villain you need to be like when you see him on screen, you're like, oh fuck. Like you get scared of him.
I think Sephiroth is my favorite.
Sephiroth and the music behind Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Like you already know what I'm talking about.
Which one was
you get those chills. 7.
Right.
The big sword.
I haven't played 7.
Sephiroth.
Are you gonna get the new one? Comes in.
I'll get every Final Fantasy game that ever exists.
Did you play Lightning's one?
I did.
It was real linear for like 15
Lightning,
hours.
Yeah. I was not a Final Fantasy. It was 13, I think. Was the Lightning one. I wasn't like a hater in the same. Like a lot of people hated it, but it was very linear. You're right.
You play Final Fantasy Tactics?
No. I'm not in it. I tried and I'm like,
Yeah, it's like Halo Wars. It's like
some of my favorite villains are from the MMO, like Final Fantasy 14. Like I love that game. That's got the best story in like an MMO ever, and just the best story anyway. And every expansion, their villains, you hate them, and then you start loving them, and then you hate them and love them. And I think if you can come back and forth between hating and loving a villain, it's a good villain.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think,
especially if you. Sorry, you go.
No, I'm changing subject.
Oh, I was going to say, if you kill the villain at the end, and it's the right thing to do, or maybe you're not quite sure if it was the right thing to do, but it still feels good, but it still feels bad. Like those mixed elements, you need those. I don't like a villain that is just like, oh, clearly evil, and then you kill them, and you're like, I saved the day. Like
the guy in Mother with the scar face.
Oh fucking hell! That's so stupid. Don't even worry, Damo. Don't even fucking worry.
If you watch the Mother on Netflix,
loved the villains in Tarantino's films. I think Hans Landa, the German, like the Jew hunter. The Jew hunter was it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's Jew hunter. Yeah,
the you're talking about
Hans Landa in Inglourious Bastards. He's, I mean, the actor carries him beautifully, he's so fucking impressive. And same with think of another movie. Bad guy. Oh, Inglourious Bastards. The Monsieur Candy. Leonardo DiCaprio. He's so good. Like one of my favorite villains ever. Just like not because I don't think villains need to necessarily be like scary in an aggressive way.
Yeah. Yeah.
just in like a controlling and you know,
Yes.
manipulative way and dangerous in those sorts of ways. I
Mm.
think Tarantino does those really well.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
That's one of the funniest lines in
Yeah.
all of Buongiorno.
Right? I know. It's so good.
It gets me every time.
Gorlarmy. Love that movie.
Great movie.
Cool. Good chat.
Cool.
Yeah, nice. I like it.
Nice.
What's us up?
What?
No,
Wrap us
you're
up.
okay.
Yeah, so that is episode 13. As you saw, Jimmy was overseeing it, and I can't wait to see his reaction when he sees it. So he'll be watching.
It's probably going to be something like that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Huh?
He will love it. But yeah, we hopefully next week or the week after, we will have a regular time slot and we will be live. So you'll be
A
able
little
to
bit more organized.
way more organized. This was not our most organized time, but it is what it is. Lawson looks like he's about to eat a gourmet dinner, and
What?
I
Oh, with Bib. Oh, with Bib.
was waiting to you talk.
With my bib. I'm like, what are you talking about? I think about my mic again. Looks like gourmet dinner. I'm like, what the fuck? No, my bib. Yeah, my cravat.
Oh dear.
That's pretty
Not
much
bad.
how our conversation went last night to organise. But yeah, so get keen, get around it, and also make sure if you're not already following us on Retro with Damo, make sure you hit him up on Twitch. He loves it. He is doing speed runs with Mario 64.
Yeah.
Might be something
Yeah.
new. We don't know. You might see him with Fortnite ranked Mondays. So get excited with that. He might be there. He might not be.
Yeah, I reckon I could make that.
Could be your chance to get in there for the ranked. We are
Mm.
chasing that gold. I would love to be able to
You
get
mentioned
gold
that-
before it.
Did you mention earlier that Damo has an announcement that isn't really an announcement?
I said he has an announcement, but he's not ready to make the announcement.
No, not
Then
ready.
he said it's not really an announcement.
Oh, okay.
And he said don't say anything. So I was respecting his wishes, unlike the nickname that I kept bringing up.
That's the thing. Yep. Goodbye, everybody.
So,
It's been great.